Jon Dengler runs WellBuilt Bikes, a nonprofit shop that runs out of Tampa's University Mall.
Beauty and worth and goodness, and I've never met someone that wasn't an asset, didn't have something to offer.
Right.
And yet at the same time, I've never met someone who isn't a disaster, that isn't a mess, that doesn't have major struggles, but don't we all?
Jon and his friends see the issues surrounding homelessness in a different way.
Underlying those issues of food, clothes, there's an issue of access. And folks could build a bike and then have access to the rest of the city, its economy, its opportunities.
A bike can mean everything when you're trying to get a job.
Poverty, as most of us understand it, is something that dehumanizes and takes away your freedom.
You all know the phrase, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. That's actually a line that Jon always heard from his dad. It's the phrase that he repeats to himself every day as he tries to make Tampa a better place.
And often working for justice seems fruitless. So if you work for money, you can fill a bank account. If you work out in the gym, you can measure your muscles or see yourself lose weight. But working for justice is a weird, strange discipline. Where's the impact? And are we getting anywhere? And have we done more harm than good? And what's the point?
All right, there's a lot of us that can say a lot of stuff about what we would do if we had resources. But I was like, but I think what's important is look at what we actually do, because that's probably the best indicator of what you would do.
There's a new way to do business. I think we can't just continue to be driven by the bottom line and finance, that we're realizing we have to take people, neighbors into consideration. We have to take the health of our planet into consideration. And so other bottom lines are emerging. And I really think every business that we look at is going to have to fall in line with those things, or the market itself is going to reject them in time. So I gave him our lawnmower. Man, I was so proud of him as he walked off with his head held high and hopeful, initiative. So I never saw my lawnmower again. Every dollar spent in this shop is getting poured right back in to make sure that we can provide transportation to someone that may not have those funds. Because to build this thing is going to take sacrifice, it's going to take investment, and every moment of work becomes meaningful if your ends are in sight.
It wasn't like we had some big plan. We really, I would say, got into this. The mission really was to just commit to walking with folks in our community that were in need, vulnerable, and that we felt like we needed, right, to learn from and to walk with and to hear from. And they kind of mentored and guided the way and said, bikes would be helpful, gardens would be helpful, some housing would be helpful.
To see our city made whole, to heal our city, and to see a more well-built Tampa. All right, man, I think that's gonna do it.